everyone, welcome back to my channel. This time I have a different video to talk about, which is it's a Metaverse and Microsoft Flight Simulators. So what is it all about? Okay, to me Microsoft Flight Simulators is Metaverse, okay, where we can fly together with friends or alone, enjoying the world where we live in. And Metaverse is about simulating the world, right? Either our world or new world, but it's simulation by itself, a digital twin. So to me, Flight Simulator is the closest thing to Metaverse today. So you can visit Bora Bora Island here, or Himalaya, or Alpine Mountains, or what you want, wherever you want. Okay, so Metaverse is in Flight Simulators today. So what do you think? Today's video, I'm going to share of what I have done or what I have experienced in Microsoft Flight Simulators that might inspire you, or you want to do it, or you haven't jumped to it because you are afraid that it might not be good. But to me, it is good. I think at least today's standards, and I think going forward, all the enhancement going forward will create a lot of immersive experience, I think. So yeah, so don't be afraid. If you want to try, you can use Xbox versions, and because PC version is, I know it's very hard, but hey, don't worry about it. Okay, so here the first example is, this is the example that I've done in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where I go around the world in West Europe, from Faroe Island up north, from UK or Great Britain to Glasgow, Dublin in Ireland, and then Manchester, Gatwick, London, Netherlands, and then moving downward to France. And from France I'm flying to Madrid, Spain, and Spain going to southern France, Nice, and Italy, Rome, Geneva, Innsbruck, Geneva, Switzerland, Innsbruck, Australia, Vienna, Munich, Luxembourg, and what else I forgot, and then Berlin, Denmark, and Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and then Helsinki, Finland. So all of them are 24 major cities across West Europe. I'm flying using A320, Airbus A320. So it's an airliner, so it's not easy to fly that kind of aircraft. Yeah, so as I'm using add-on like fly-by-wire SIM A320 NX. Also on every city I purchase kind of airport add-on to enhance this experience. So this here is the example. I have a DIY cockpit, of course, where I can interact with the controllers much easier than the mouse, but hey, you can use the mouse or Xbox controllers basically. So here I'm taking off from Innsbruck in Austria, one of the unique and best scenery airport in Europe, especially Australia, because it's between two mountains and very beautiful city down there. Yeah, I would like to revisit again. Winter time, autumn, summer, fall, they will be giving a lot of different, and you can use add-on like for the weather, for the seasonal add-on to bring up the trees into different colors, whatever. So all those add-on creates a lot of immersion. So yeah, you can do a lot of flight from using a small GA aircraft, airliners like me, or helicopters, I think. Yeah, and part of it is because you have to learn to fly, right? You have to learn to fly this aircraft, and yep, that's a lot of experience. And become a pilot is not easy. I now realize especially it's a two-man's kind of crew. I have to do it on my own. And here you can be a passenger just sitting around seeing the scenery out there. Imagine that you are flying right now. Unfortunately, because of pandemic and COVID, you cannot do it easily. So someday, yeah, it would be a dream. So there's a lot of things they can do. And here, yeah, there's a lot of amazing experience, I guess. This is nice weather usually in the morning, but sometimes you facing a thunderstorm or blizzard, snow blizzard, and all those heavy weather that you are forced to use your skills to maneuver sometimes during approach or takeoff. So usually above the clouds, or let's say 25,000 feet above, I think you find it very clear weather anyway. So I'm using Air France today. You can use British Airways, you can use EasyJet, or any other airlines you can find in livery section. So here I'm trying to land in one of the airport, I forgot, either Munich or somewhere, Stuttgart or Munich, I forgot. But here I'm doing the landing on almost evening, so twilight times.
Stable.
A very nice oranges, yellowish, purplish colors, so very amazing colors. And also the city is lighting up, so you can see all the lights in the city and the houses, roads. That's amazing. Of course, if you use airlines, you cannot enjoy the scenery as much as using GA or helicopters, but you still can do that.
Sure.
Here you kind of get almost like the joy of become a pilot, the joy of looking around the scenery from the cockpit, and also learning about flying procedures, the instrument flight procedures, all those difficulties. I guess it's becoming one of its own in terms of the experience, right? So yes, I think you have to try this. Okay, so this is one way to experience flight simulators, but there's another way. So this one is another way of experiencing the flying for tour of the island. So I'm flying from Madrid to Tenerife, and from Tenerife I'm using helicopters to go around the island, and then from there I'm using another plane to La Gomera, and then to La Palma, and going around again to the island. La Palma, I think there's a volcanic eruption. I haven't visited back there. And then La Palma, going El Hierro, Gran Canaria, Fuerteventura, and Lanzarote. So all of this I'm using a special add-on from Island Creations. They have very detailed textures and digital elevation map. So it's give a lot of different scenery compared to the default or Soho. It's not cheap. It's quite expensive, but I never regret it. I've used it, and I've kind of want to revisit again the island someday. This is summer holiday, I call it, so we can visit somewhere in the fall or winter or whatever. So it will be fun to see what happened during the day. So after that, I'm flying back to Geneva using 787 Dreamliner. So all of those are being simulated. So you can see here in Gran Canaria, I visited the city, the capital city over there. This one is using a free add-on from FlightSim.2. You can download. It's actually using Google Map to recreate the city details. So it's amazing. So even the rock, the rock in the beach, like the wave breaker, you can see it down there. I think this one is full HD. I'm using 4K TV in front of me, so it's amazing view. I'm using X Club GA aircraft, of course, a two-seater. I think two-seater, right? Or four-seater. So anyway, this is a high-wing aircraft. So sometimes I use a low-wing or different with a bulbous canopy or full glass canopy, so you can see around. But high-wing, I think you can see downward clearly. And this is one of my favorite aircraft to go around the islands, bushcraft, bush flying. So basically you can land everywhere, almost like in the beach or in the grass in rough terrain using this aircraft. So you can see those details in the city with all the road with cars down there. It's like real life. Like I think my suggestion will be to fly around 1,000 to 1,500 feet and up to 2,000, I guess, because below to 1,000 you're gonna see all the ugly textures, unfortunately. But around 1,500, the sweet spot, I think you can see like this. You can balance the details and also the texture quality of the 3D model down there. Above 2,000, I guess, is just too small. Here the city is, very real life like. So there's even a park over there with the road lights. There's in front, just up front, there's a marina with the sailboat. So yeah, it's really amazing. And actually I just going around several times just to just being amazed with all the details actually. So yeah, I think I'm gonna revisit again. The problem is I don't have much time. Only on weekends I'm flying, so every weekend I'm flying and get some relaxation, but also a lot of learning. So there's marina, and there's actually a big cruise ship on our right side. There's some kind of a structure over there, a tourism spot, and many other landmark that you can try to spot on from above. So that is the cruise ship in docking in the port, some container port back there. The cloud is also amazing. It's really kind of immersive experience. This one is using a 60-inch TV monitor. It's very big, but you can also doing with VR. I think Reverb G2 is the minimum to enjoy the details of the scenery. And of course the Vario, the new one, is basically will give you a much better experience, I guess. And I think going forward all the new generation VR will bring into the next level. And yeah, that will be a real metaverse coming in. Imagine if you are becoming a pilot career and you bring all the tourists, your brother and sisters, your relatives on board of the aircraft using VR together. That is one amazing VR experience, right? The other way to enjoy the scenery or the sightseeing or the tourism is city tour. So here is Salt Lake City in Utah, United States. I visited Salt Lake City, I think around 2019 for conference. So that is the big building over there. It's a convention center where I spend most of my time, and just next to it there's a hotel where I stay. I can find it, I can really find it. This is, by the way, default scenery from Asobo. I didn't use any add-on, so that's good. That below is a City Creek Mall where I go around for looking for stuff, souvenirs, whatever. So yeah, so there's a tram stations where you can take tram into the southern part of the city, and the church, Catholic church that I visit on Sunday. And I think there's a community big, I think the center of Mormon church. So yeah, there's a big complex over there down there, Mormon church. There's a building, conventions, there's a big church, big kind of what do you call it, theaters, I guess, to do live services thing. I haven't been there in the sense because I'm not Mormon anyway. But that's I think this is one way to revisit the memory of the city, or that is the Mormon church. There's the headquarters, I get headquarters of Mormon, I think Days Saint. I forgot the name. Anyway, that is the area that I visited. Even I visited University of Utah at that time, veteran hospital, and one hill. I forgot the name. The peak, and where you can see all the Salt Lake City from above that hill peak. And of course, there's Parliament House and many other things. So yeah, so that is how you revisit the city that you have visited before. This is another city that I frequently visit. Of course, Singapore, close to my home country, is the Marina Bay area. Below is the Garden by the Bay. It's a very unique area. You can try to circle around with helicopters to see the tourism spot from above. This is Marina Bay Sand Hotel, the casino. Unfortunately, the swimming pool, lack of water over there. I don't know what happened with the add-on, but yeah, it's very there's a Merlion statue down there, and that is the opera house with the spiky roof, or durian-like fruit, kind of. We call it durian opera house. There's a church. Well, you can try to find all those familiar area that you have visited before. This time I'm flying around almost sunset. One of the best time actually to fly is was near to evening. So when you cross from late afternoon to evening, the magic happen where all the lights are alive from the city. So all the beautiful lights, the glow, night glows are coming up, and that is amazing experience by itself. So down there in the marina there's a Clark Key, so that is the river where all those nightlife coming to life. And there's all food, restaurant over there down there. There's Clark Key, and next to it is actually Marina Tower business area. I think one of my previous company headquarters somewhere over there. So yeah, it's a nice experience to revisit the city from the air where you cannot afford it basically. Over there's a port, and beyond that Sentosa Island with cable car being depicted. So yeah, there's very nice lighting of sunset. Amazing. You can even take a photography session, I guess, when you fly. So it is a very nice experience. Of course, here using kind of jittery action, but if you're using a fixed view, you can do a lot of sightseeing nicely. I think using Track IR. The other city that I also enjoy is definitely Hong Kong. So this is Hong Kong at night, almost night or twilight time, where the lights of the city come to life with the golden glow and many various colorful lights on the building. I have a full flight video from airport, the new Hong Kong airport, and Lantau Island where Disneyland is over there, and then go to Kowloon or New Territory on the right side of on this video, and then moving southward, crossing the channel or the bay into Hong Kong, and cross into the southward where there's some area over there like Stanley Market or other like I think there's an ocean park down there. No, there's no ocean. Yeah, the old one I think, and several area over there. Then going around the island to back to this area, the busiest area in Hong Kong, like the Victoria Peak, Victoria Park, I guess. What else? I think there's several big park over here, even the horse racing stadium down there, and of course crossing from late afternoon to evening is where the magic happen, as I mentioned. All those glowing are appearing. So I'm using some Scene 3D add-on which bring all those details. I think the default one is not that good. You have to buy some Scene 3D add-on to bring all the details in Hong Kong. And I think the Singapore one, I think Cloud Surf, and Orbex also produced one, so you can choose either one. And even the Changi airport also from CloudSurf has bring up all the details in the airport nicely, so you can really depart and arrive in Changi airport. Here I think the airport also in Hong Kong, the new Hong Kong International Airport also been upgraded and have a very nice details where you can find all those Cathay Pacific and other local airlines based in Hong Kong, for example. Yeah, so this is a very nice experience. This is a must try, and if you want to have a virtual tour around famous places, I haven't done a lot, but this is the one that I remember and I want to recall, being there. Okay, so this is Hong Kong, and of course this one from Orbex. You probably noticed this one is Dubai. Dubai is I think once in a lifetime kind of experience to me. I visit for conference, but I managed to go around. And this particular road, basically, if you take an elevated train and sit in front of the most of the window, the front window, you will see like a futuristic city. Like there's a lot of very very nice building, and you just feel that you are in a science fiction movie. And yeah, unfortunately Orbex didn't complete all the building yet. I think there's some missing building. I noticed in some area they don't really build all the building, but the famous one like Burj Al Arab or the kind of sail like hotel, and also Jumeirah Beach, and I think horse racing circuit, F1's racing circuit is all there. The airport also quite okay, definitely not kind of add-on quality, but it's quite okay, definitely. And I'm using a helicopter here, Bell 747G, to go around the city, and most of the building built by, I think there's a big local developers, mostly have their own name on top of the building, and Elmar, I think, if not mistaken. And that is Burj Al Arab, where there's a singing dancing fountain in there during the night. And I think if you go from late afternoon to evening, the building also lights up with a playful color. I think it's also animated, so it's very nice. This is from Orbex. So down there says traffic. Also feel like you are above one of the busiest city in Middle East, UAE. This is a modern city, very modern, I guess. You have to revisit. The last one for city tour is Mumbai. I've done this one. I visited Mumbai, I think 2004. So it's been like almost 20 years. So it's bring a lot of memory. Down there, there's Gateway of India, Taj Hotel. There's a old train station, Fiti station, just beyond that, and University of India, the old British architectures, I think. And because it's already almost 20 years, a lot have changed. So I found a lot of skyscraper compared to 2004 where I visited there. I can still find Dobby God, one of the locals washing area for clothes, cloth washing area, and also newer area where all those skyscraper and all the luxurious apartments are over there. I think most of the Bollywood actors are living in Mumbai anyway, right? So this is commercial central city of India. So there's a lot of business centers, and that's it. And I hope you enjoy all the videos that I've shown you. You can visit my YouTube channel and go to the playlist, and there's a lot of category in it, where the West Europe flight series of 24 flight, and also the city tours, island tours of Canary Islands, DIY cockpits, how to make it, and all those guidelines that you can find. Anyway, Metaverse is here with Microsoft Flight Simulator. To me, I still enjoy it, and I'm going places again and again, and I will go to places that I never been before. So hopefully it's give you pictures on what is in store in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so see you in the next flight.